Welcome to another day of Ether Raids. We are taking on another Japanese player, and we're going to go with the Byleth team this time because there is a couple of warp shenanigans here that are going to be hitting a few of our lanes, and I didn't want to I didn't want to use Ike again, and I don't think Lumera would have done very well here since that team doesn't have any null counter disrupt aside from Ike. Well, Lumera doesn't have null counter disrupt, and I'm pretty sure this Alencia would engage, although I think Lumera would have won that fight. I don't think she would have gotten outsped by that Alencia, although sabotage is a thing, and I don't know how that would have played into Lumera on that team. So we're just going to go for the guaranteed bet here. Byleth will win this, no problem, hands down. He's going to sweep this. The only problem would have been if he would have gotten hit twice or gotten impacted by desperation from like Scythia. However, I have hardy bearing, so I don't have to worry about that. So Byleth sweep and get the pots and close out the rest of the match. It's kind of unfortunate that this is really the type of thing that I would have used Fjorm for in the past, Ascended Fjorm, but unfortunately Speed Creep has really just pushed her all the way out of the meta. Because a lot of her playstyle was really down to getting that big one-shot with Frost's Mirror. I've been considering maybe if I could swap out her Hardy Fighter for the B skill here that Byleth has, Canny or Weaving Fighter, but neither of those will probably give her enough damage reduction to live against a combat unit like let's say Hanoka here, who would, well actually no, Hanoka wouldn't get the sweep, but I don't think she would live. I don't know if anyone has tried that with the fodder, let me know. How's your Ascended Fjorm doing with Canny or Weaving Fighter, if it really makes that much of a difference, because yeah man, Speed Creep has just pushed her off the map. I'm just not able to use her at all in any game modes anymore, which is unfortunate. So now I'm just on a couple extra manuals of her. Hopefully she gets a busted refine, or hopefully there'll be a tier 4 save skill that brings her back from the dead. That's the downside about speedy saves. Eventually, once they lose out to the speed meta, they're essentially useless. The only one that kind of stuck around was Winter Marth because he had that nifty vantage, but yeah, once you lose the speed matchup, 99 times 2 hits a lot harder and you're just no good. So it pays to be a bulky armored unit, meaning high def and res, because you tend to stick around a little bit longer. Take Brave Hector for example, because of I mean, there were a couple extra things that he was able to do, but having that bulk really did work in his favor in comparison to someone like Brave Ephraim, who was kind of more geared towards speed, but in the end didn't have the bulk needed to really stand out, and yeah, really fell off because of that. So yeah, Winter Byleth will be here for a while, primarily because of that bulk. It's very difficult to one-shot him. Same can be said for like I was thinking of Myr. Very difficult to one-shot her as well. One of the units that, some of the saves that have like high bulk and were kind of a letdown, immediately what comes to mind is Seros. That Fallen Seros really was underwhelming on release, and even now, because she had that dual effective damage, dragon and armored. I think probably the most underwhelming thing about her was the fact that you couldn't get a good B skill for her. I guess now with the Weaving and Canny Fighter, maybe you could swap out something and give her exactly what she needed, or what she needs in terms of just being bulky. Maybe if they put her in Hall of Forms, those would probably be some of the options that I'd be looking to pick up. Just a good armors in general just really need good B skills. That's really a big part of why they fall off. Same can be said for like some dragons. They just really, Dragon Wall just isn't it, man. Dragon Wall is not it. Even the new Dragon Wall I'm not a big fan of. They need like a better B skill for dragon units. Lagu's Friend 4 really does do wonders even for this Saros that you see here in Mythic, as well as the other Saros that's in the regular pool, that's really more in line with the type of skill that they need. And it's taken so long for IS just to get around. They have these strong dragons in the game, but they just do nothing for them, and it's really taken them a long time to get around to making them usable, unfortunately. Magical null follow-up, special spiral, things like that, those are the things that they really need to stand out. Well, not so much, but I don't think they can run special spiral, but yeah, those are really the things that they need to really stand out. And it's just, I don't know why they're dragging their foot with that. A lot of the dragon units we get these days are kind of copy-paste in terms of like what they can do. Looking at even the new Korin, he looks a lot like a legendary female Alir, or even male Alir, except just not as good. I'd still run either of the Alirs over him. I've just been running like some matchups with him. Maybe I'll do like a video with some of his matchups, just like in Ather raids and stuff. The terrain effect is underwhelming, like very much so. Maybe if he had the miasma terrain, I'd care more. But the water tiles after combat do not matter. Like, it does nothing, and I've seen some people probably give him Laguz for N4, and that might be the way to go with him, but I don't know, that's expensive fodder, and I only got like one Ike from that banner, and there's no way I'm going back in on that banner just to pick up another copy of Ike. They'll put that in the regular pool eventually on some premium unit, maybe even on a seasonal banner, but there's no way I'm pulling on a 3 sheer banner just for 1 unit after the spark. You saw how difficult it was for Oblivion to get a single copy of Ike. I think he only got 1, and it was from the spark, and he was trying to plus them the unit. So yeah, there is no way I'm going back on that legendary mythic banner just to get a copy of Ike. I got the 1 and I'm good. I did get like overall fairly decent luck on that banner because looking at what the options were and what I got, which was an Ike, and I sparked the mythic, the new one. I got a Shez, I got a defense mythic, that horse girl, Kavaser, and one other unit that I can't remember right now. And I feel like that was actually a fairly decent summoning session for 40 pulls. So yeah, I'm good. Not going back on that banner. We're gonna take out this full mortis here and call it a day. And then we'll play one more match right after this, since this is my double day. Well, I have 2 double days per week, so yeah, it's good. It's a good setup that I have here going for me. Yep. That could have been a lot tougher because there was a rescue trap there, but luckily we have Elamine, so GG's. Alright, here is our second match of the day against, I don't know, Terry well, 96. Mr. 96. And this is also throwback blast of the past here. We got a Cordelia ball and Mirabilis here with a dance. Gonna be extending the range of the enemy team here. This is probably what you have to do when you're looking to run Saros. Unfortunately, because she does not provide a lot of utility. I mean, she does have that Wings of Light thing, but again, melee units on defense just don't do it, man. They just don't do it. There's really, the range is the problem. The range is ultimately the problem. So unless they have some type of support effect, there's really no, or they're just unkillable, which is not very many units these days. Yeah, it's really just a negative to run a melee unit on defense. You really want to go with ranged infantry, calves, whatever the case may be, flyers. You really want to go at ranged units, and probably some armored units if you need the extra bulk instead of infantry melee. They just don't have a place on defense, unfortunately. For now, maybe it'll change in the future, but for now, it is what it is. I saw a couple of VTubers, well, one in particular, deciding to quit the game, primarily because of Ike, from what I could tell from his video, and it's unfortunate. You know, you watch the VTubers and eventually they just can't do it anymore. Really, mostly burnout. You know, how long are you going to be able to keep up with the fake creep? Especially from if they're not like competitive completely. I guess that's kind of what will tend to end up happening. I actually meant to warp Marth in there. I forgot to do that, but the space was taken. No, I could have still warped Marth in.
Yes.
It's fine. We'll just take on what's right there for now, I guess. I was considering using Lumera for this, but
what next?
I didn't want to. The only thing that she would have fought against that I haven't used her against in this week's run is that baby Robin. I think she would have been fine otherwise. The Bright Shrine is going to affect Marth here. Not sure how much, but he should still be able to one-shot everything here. Although I kind of wanted to go further in. Unfortunately, we are where we are here.
Believe in me.
Whoa, Gatekeeper living the hit? That's impressive.
You're suspicious.
Although it looks like I don't have all of my stats here, but it's fine. He still lived the hit. That is rather impressive there from Gatekeeper. If he had like some type of wow, I'm getting doubled here. Plus 41 speed.
Strike.
But doesn't matter. I think that's really down to the Bright Shrine, isn't it? I think I'm getting mega debuffed here on Marth. What's this?
I believe in you.
Minus 10, yeah, that's probably why. That baby Robin should not be outspeeding me. Okay. Not getting the kill here. That is unfortunate. What do I do here?
Yes?
I think I might have to just avoid this Byleth and try to enemy phase, but the problem is
I believe in you.
he has Scowl, so I won't hit my special. So I'll have to put Veil somewhere here. Maybe Veil can do it. That would be good. Yeah, I think I might have to see if Veil can do it. This is Refine. Flash, yes? But I hit first because Vantage, so Flash doesn't matter here. I went with this team because I don't get to use Marth as much these days. But it looks like we're in a little bit of a pickle here because this Byleth is able to kill Marth if he gets his special off. So we'll see how that pans out. And it didn't get the false start on Cordelia this turn. This is.
I believe in you.
I think we should be fine, though. But we're gonna try. I'm gonna try a couple of options before I go all the way to commit with Marth doing the thing. Yeah, man. There's a lot of scowl effects in the game, like so many. Granted, it is needed because there's so many pre-charged specials running around these days that you definitely want to be. Special manipulation is still a really big part of the game, now more so than ever. It was back in the Catra meta, and that has not dropped off even now. It's just that the offensive team has a lot more tools to manipulate specials now than before, which is a good thing for offense. That was one of the offense didn't have a lot of counterplay to Catra balls in that sense, because either the special was hitting on the first hit or it's going to hit on the second hit. Yes. But now they have a lot more control over just specials in general because of Veil and because dragons have Scowl, and that's probably the only redeeming factor of most dragon units, is their ability to equip Scowl skills. Once that starts getting spread more to regular units, such as Winter Byleth here, it's really just going to displace dragons even more from being considered meta. Not that they are currently, but it's just going to push them further down the pecking order, because there really is, like, most of the dragon units aside from Legendary, Alir, and Corrin, pretty much useless. Whoa, Myr. Let's throw Myr in there. Myr is very, very good. But yeah, pretty much everyone else is pretty much useless. Dragon terrain aside, stone terrain aside, most dragon units are pretty much useless. Which shouldn't be the case, because it's Fire Emblem. The dragons are supposed to be strong, no? That's the whole point of Fire Emblem. You fight strong dragons, but IS hasn't, as I said before, IS hasn't figured out how to make it work with the dragon units in the game. But, and some of the beast units too, to be fair. But we're gonna put Vale here behind Marth and give him some extra support. And we're gonna see what happens with this Byleth here, because I don't know. This could go bad, but yeah, we're gonna have to do it. We have no other options here. We can't kill Winter Byleth, so we're gonna have to enemy phase, which he is able to do. It's just that Cordelia plus dual strike, so yeah, we're gonna eat a special here. Even with the Vale support, it's gonna be yep ×2. We lose our special, and here comes.
Got you something.
Alright, there we go. Do not try at home, kids. This is that's what you get for having a +10 Brave Marth. He lives things that he really shouldn't. He had no business living that. Mythic buffs, be damned. And yeah, we should be good to go from here. That was really the last threat on the board. We're going to clean up and get the last pot and close out today's match. What was I saying before? Oh yeah, Fate Trooper is leaving the game. Always sad, but it's good that
yes,
there has been at least a couple.
Yes.
3, 4, maybe more new Fate Tubers that have joined the community.
What next?
It's always good to see new people step into the space, even if it's not like sustainable, in my opinion, in terms of like, it's just gonna get more power creepy. The amount of text, it's just gonna get more and more power creepy. And I don't think like the ones that have left for good. I think maybe, well, at least that is my hope, they'll come back at some point, just because it's still a fun game, and if you like Fire Emblem, you're gonna want to play Fae at some point in the future. I've seen a lot of Fate-tubers leave and come back. Hiatus is a thing, and they just pick up right where they left off, a lot of them, because that's just the nature of the game. Once you know how to play it, you just gotta read, and there's so much reading in the game that it's really just turning people off. I think that's one of the biggest problems. If they could like condense these weapon effects and skills down to like one sentence, 2 sentences, it probably would deter less people from playing the game. It wouldn't deter as many people from playing the game, because when you're trying to figure out
a single strike,
how much of when you're trying to figure out whether or not the damage reduction that Corrin has is pierceable or not, you really, the sentences don't even make sense. It says 40%, so you're thinking it's not pierceable, but it is. You're thinking it's pierceable, but it's not pierceable, because typically pierceable damage reduction has percentage on it, and unpierceable doesn't. But it is unpierceable, even though it has the percentage. So nothing makes sense anymore. You just gotta go into the game and figure it out. That's really all that you gotta do these days. I gotta figure out a dark defense, because I have no idea what to do. Luckily, so far, I haven't been seeing a lot of Emblas. And I've also been seeing people saying that it's kind of difficult to fit her on a Gale Force team, because she actually has to Gale Force. So she's taking up a slot. I guess if you were running Valoria, maybe you could swap out Valoria and it wouldn't be too much of a hassle for you. But for people who didn't have that configuration already, it seems like they're having trouble just fitting her in. So hopefully that reduces the amount of the frequency that we'll see her. Hopefully, because that's really the only thing I can hope for. I have no other option when it comes to this the Embla here on offense, because she stops everything, and you can't do anything about it. You just have to deal with it.
Yes.
But yeah, we're gonna take out Ceros here, call it a day. I'm gonna try to figure out a dark defense. Probably gonna be a cav line. I don't see why else, because there's no point. You gotta go on turn 1, man. If you're not going on turn 1, you are going to lose. So that's it, man. GG's. See you in the next one.